Autumn, or fall, is the time of year when the leaves are changing, the air is crisp, and our taste buds are awakened and excited about the holiday season. The holidays bring up many emotions for me, from cozying up together to watch the snowfall to fear of having an elephant in the room at our get-togethers. Since I was young, I always thought, or actually dreamed, of that impeccable holiday meal where the table is set, the family is merry and bright, and all the food is glistening with some sort of magical spell. Also, since I was young, we have been having the same meal every year for the last 104 or more years. Note, I am 31, so that tells you how traditional we are. Turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, can o' cranberry sauce, stuffing, sherbet to cleanse the palate, and the ever-present pumpkin pie. Whenever we try to alter this menu, my grandma goes just a tad berserk, which leads into my next story of how our holiday meals are never impeccable. We are the epitome of dysfunction when we get together, so this year I am going to spice things up with an impeccable pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie has always had a very bland crust. This pumpkin pie this year, it's going to have a Gingersnap crust, and it is going to be the best pumpkin pie that our family has ever had. Which brings me to the question of can versus real. Do I really want to go out and find that pumpkin pie pumpkin? I don't think I do. I think I want to stick with the sure quality of pumpkin in a can. And that's what we're going to do over here. Here are all the ingredients that you will need for this fantastic pumpkin pie. Anybody can buy a pumpkin pie, and anybody can make a pumpkin pie, but not everyone uses Gingersnap cookies for the crust. That's what makes this pie so incredibly magical. So the first thing that you want to do is get 2 to 3 cups of Gingersnap cookies, put them into a food processor, or bang them up in a plastic bag with a hammer and then put them into a blender. However you want to do it to get finely ground ginger snaps for your crust. So now you want to add your melted butter. Don't make it too hot. Your sugar and your flour to the ginger snaps. Mix it up for about 30 to 45 seconds so everything is all together and you have kind of a pasty, crumbly mess. So now you're going to dump that mixture into the pie tin and form it up around the sides. Make sure the sides aren't too thick and that it's pretty even around. You're going to bake it at 350 degrees for 5 minutes, or if you're at high altitude like me, 8 to 10 minutes. So as that bakes, get out all of your ingredients for the pie filling. I had a difficult time justifying spending $3 on nutmeg when all I'm going to use is a pinch, but this is a spicy pie, so I suppose I can splurge on that. The first step in making the pie filling is to beat the 2 eggs. Make sure you do this first before adding any of the other ingredients so they can be easily added to the other ingredients that have to blend in as well. Sometimes you might even get a surprise twin egg that has 2 yolks in it. So next, you are going to add the pumpkin, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, cloves, salt, and ginger to the eggs. When it says add a pinch, you get to judge this. Add a big pinch, add a little pinch. It depends on how spicy you want your pie. After you've put all of the ingredients together, take a fork and mix your ingredients so you get a creamy and smooth consistency. I use a fork because it works better than a spoon and it allows you to mix everything up evenly. Now you're ready to combine the pie filling with the impeccable crust. Pour the pie filling into the center of the pan in order for it to spread out evenly to all sides. Then you're going to carefully place it into the oven. Now it's time to bake the pie at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. You'll know when your pie is done when you can insert a knife or a fork into the middle and it comes out clean without anything on it. After you've taken it out, go ahead and set it on top of your stovetop or on top of a couple hot pads. So this is the hardest part of making the pumpkin pie, waiting. Allow the pumpkin pie to cool for at least an hour or two until it's room temperature before serving it. The best pumpkin pie is one that's nice and cool and even a little chilled if you want to put it into the refrigerator. Finally, place the candied pecans on top in a fun little design in order to give it a little bit more festivity and to show your guests that this isn't just a store-bought pumpkin pie, but it's one that's made with love and has a little bit more spice to it. I hope that your pumpkin pie turns out as great as mine will, and I hope that your holiday meal is enhanced with this great way of celebrating family and friends together, and that it makes your holiday as impeccable as mine always is.